Good morning all, my name is Michaela Hazeldine and I'm the Head of Category and Customer Insight at Finnerbroke Artisan. Fancy title perhaps for what I see as a simple task, which is to be the gatekeeper between the decisions we make as a business and what our consumers need. To give you a background about who we are at Finnerbroke and what we do, I want to start by sharing our ethos, which is the heart of how we operate, and perhaps more importantly, how we remain at the forefront of innovation. We always try to look at what's wrong with food and seek to make it the best that it can be without being held back by how it's been done before. This approach has seen Finnerbroke go from a very humble £3 million in 2010, where we were producing venison for the likes of Marks and Spencer's and Michelin star chefs, to a staggering £150 million this year in 2020, and very proudly employing 870 people from the local area. We are considered as the leading top-tier sausage producer in the UK, and it is safe to say that insight-led and customer-driven innovation is at the very core of everything that we do. Simply put, this is the secret to our success. To bring this to life, I want to talk about our journey and our response to a change in the way that consumers think and shop. In short, the development and launch of Naked and the revolutionary innovation that has helped us to build both a successful brand and future strategy. Although our journey started long before 2015, the World Health Organization report that linked nitrite-cured processed meat to bowel cancer started a chain of events that would heavily impact the industry. A study from the World Cancer Research Fund also highlighted the severity of the problem. Over 30,000 cases of bowel cancer every year can be directly linked to the worldwide consumption of processed meats. This is further exacerbated when you read additional scientific evidence also proving links to other conditions such as mental health problems or breast cancer. In fact, we know from our studies that consumer awareness of the issue continues to rise in the UK. Last year, the awareness of this link to cancer had increased to 57%. This was from 40 just 2 years before and is now estimated at 60% this year. With this growth in awareness comes the importance of ensuring nitrite-free options are available on the supermarket shelves. We know that this link to cancer is the primary concern, more important than, say, fat and salt content. We don't really need to use these chemicals anymore, and some experts predict that we can prevent around 50% of UK cases if we remove nitrites from our diets. And there is a solution to provide safely preserved bacon that looks and tastes the same, but without the risk to our health. Despite a reasonable assumption that a leading sausage manufacturer would produce bacon, Finnerbroke vowed to never sell a single rasher unless we could do it without the use of nitrates. With that in mind, the long and global search for a solution commenced, and in 2018 we launched Naked Bacon, the first mass-produced rasher in the UK to be nitrite-free. The technology uses a blend of Mediterranean fruit extracts that firstly keep the meat pink and also produce the taste that so many of us crave without any of the risks that are associated with nitrites. The following year, as awareness increased, the bacon market took a colossal hit. Annual sales reduced by about £50 million. And the reason for this really is that the rest of the market simply hadn't responded to the warning signs. So in the same year, as a business, we set about informing shoppers and customers that there was a safer and affordable option that was available to them. Today, we now have 2 million loyal Naked shoppers who are more loyal to our brand than some of the other large-scale sausage and bacon brands. The brand is now worth £25 million and continues to grow. Listings in the major multiples amongst a host of other retailers have supported us to become the fastest growing sausage and bacon brand, up 68% year on year. And our ham range is outperforming both the market and other brands as well. Really positively, since launch, 2/3 of Naked sales have been incremental to the category. And in more recent months, over the last 6 months, this figure has reached up to 90%. It's really clear to see that our brand has encouraged consumers that had completely stopped buying bacon to buy back into the sector. And this is all down to listening to the insight and taking action to address the primary concerns regarding health and wellness of consumers. We continue to grow our brand through our no nasties and preservative-free promise, and we will persist in urging our industry colleagues to join us in the nitrite-free revolution. But what's next for the brand? As many of you will know, there is one trend that shows no signs of slowing, and this too has impacted what shoppers choose to purchase. I am, of course, talking about the rise of meat-free and plant-based. Meat reducers are now the biggest UK consumer group at 39% of the population, or 21 million adults. And again, this continues to grow. The forecasters predict that by 2029, 10% of global meat consumption will switch to meat-free. And we know that 1/3 of our loyal Naked shoppers already buy plant-based products. Meat-reducing households over-index with Naked more so than other brands. So the synergy between our shoppers and the predicted market growth has been the catalyst to invest in a new yet seemingly competitive area. The need to consider our strategy to diversify and reposition as a food business rather than just a meat business was an absolute no-brainer. The new innovation will land in 2021 with further additions to the range proposition to provide some of the best next generation plant-based alternatives on the market. Current plant-based and vegan offerings have recently been highlighted as nutritionally substandard. Our approach at Naked is very different. We absolutely won't compromise on taste or nutrition, and we'll be applying decades of experience and expertise in looking in that succulent structure and flavour into all of our food. We've already begun on this journey, with our most recent success without the oil and bacon, now selling as fast as our nitrite-free pork bacon. Naked is continuing on a journey to provide all consumers with safer, more nutritious and sustainable alternatives beyond simply being nitrite-free and additive-free. This is fundamentally important when we know that 47% of our target market, the meat reducers, have changed their behaviour for health reasons, and 29% do so for the good of the environment. Our plan, therefore, for Naked is to be a 75 million brand by 2024, and this is all to do with delivering market-leading innovation across various food formats that our customers want to see. In order to support this target, we needed a facility that would be future-proof for the predicted rise in demand. Work on the new factory at our headquarters in County Down started in July this year and is due to be completed by the end of the year. As you can see, the site is vast, and when complete, the massive 200,000 square foot factory, which is about the same size as 3 Premier League football pitches, will act as a springboard to achieve our ambitious plan. On top of this, the new site will create around 300 much needed new jobs in the area and increase our total headcount at Finnebrogg Artisan to 1,200 staff. This, of course, is a valuable boost to local employment, which has seen the pandemic heavily impact the aviation, shipbuilding and hospitality sectors. Our journey to do things better doesn't end there. We understand that consumers struggle to know how sustainable the food they choose to consume actually is. To that end, we've been working in the background to find a better way to do this, and we're very nearly there. On that basis, and to reiterate my earlier sentiment, if you share our values and echo that we all have a huge responsibility as a food supply chain to both sustainably and safely provide better options to our nation, then we would love to connect and have a discussion with you. I'd like to thank the team at Invest NI for inviting me to share our experiences at Finnebrogg and also for arranging such a thorough programme. Thank you.